Okay. Okay.
Why not?
Okay.
It's
This
useful
thing.
for everyone.
Yeah. See, I have written H1 and I have to paste this 7 times. So I will do this copy and this paste 7 times, right? What I can do in VS Code is wherever my cursor is, if I press Control C and Control V, it will copy the whole line. This is one of the shortcut and it helps us a lot actually. Now see, I have pasted it 6 times, right? We are checking for heading. So I will take my cursor here, right? Second line H1. I will press Control D. This will select the closing tag. Wait, sorry. Control D. You can see there are two cursors now. Here in opening tag and in closing tag. I will now write sorry, H2. So basically, I am writing in one place, and this is writing in two places only. And there another shortcut, Alt, and you tap, click somewhere. It will take your cursor and repeat it. Like say you now I have 4 cursor. If I write something like this, it will print everywhere. So these shortcuts will actually help us while designing this website. And I'm showing you guys this heading. We have 3 heading, and if you try to print heading 7, there's no heading 7, so it will not print anything. I mean, it will print the text in normal font. Um, right. Okay, forward here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I print H7, H7 is not there. I'm just printing to show you guys. I'll press right click and open with live server. See, there are 6 types of headings, and this H7. Sorry, I will remove this. H7 is a normal text. It won't take any of these features. And now I will tell you about the formatting tags. So you have used bold, italic, underline. Now you will see that this is bold text. Okay, I forgot to mention something. Sorry. When we write something, P, this is a paragraph. Sorry if I misspell.
in X7, but
Yeah.
हाँ, in the place of S7, okay, there is a heading 6 होगा या फिर heading 7 होगा?
You can write anything. You can write anything. Just to show you that there is no heading 7. HTML provides us with from H1 to
Only
H6.
yeah.
If you write anything apart from this, it will just print a normal text. Okay. So where it is? Yeah, this one I forgot to show you guys. This, yeah, this thing, paragraph. This is paragraph P, or okay. Suppose I have something like a href equals HTTP, this one, click here. Okay, now see this. This is an element, HTML element. This part is known as the opening tag. This is the closing tag, and this is called as the content of the tag. Now this thing in the opening tag, we have href and a value. This is known as attribute. Href is the attribute, and this thing, yeah, and this thing between the quotes are known as the attribute values. So basically, in startup interviews, they ask what is element, what is the content of an element, what is attribute. So you can use this example, opening tag, and this opening tags has a attribute, and its attribute value is google.com, this URL, and this is the content. Whatever I write here, it will print it like this. And I will comment this right now.
Pratik,
Yeah.
I have one question.
Yeah, sure.
ये जो www.google.com है,
Huh?
if I want its display in next tab,
Next tab,
so
yeah.
what can I do?
Yeah, for next tab, see, whenever I'm clicking here, it will take me to google.com, right? Now, if I want
Yeah.
the user to open this in new tab, I will use another attribute, that is target. When you write target underscore blank, this is target underscore blank. What this will do is when I click it, it will open in a new tab. Click, a new tab is open.
अंडरस्कोर के बाद जो भी लिखो वो न्यू टैब में ही खुलेगा ना?
नहीं,
Right.
underscore blank, underscore blank.
ब्लैंक ही
This is-
लिखना पड़ेगा.
Yeah, this is blank.
काइंडली प्रतीक,
Okay, I'll write
ब्लैंक के जगह में मेन लिखो तो.
main.
मेन.
Never tried. I never tried this main thing. Is this opening? Yeah, right?
या
Okay, I never tried that.
प्रतीक, एक चीज और आपने बोलने भूल गया है.
हाँ,
बॉडी के अंदर 3 और चीज होता है, हेडर, मेन
हाँ,
फंक्शन
उसमें
एंड
जाऊंगा,
फुटर.
उसमें जाऊंगा मैं, उसमें जाऊंगा धीरे धीरे. हाँ, ये बता रहा हूँ. यहाँ पे देखो, जैसे यहाँ पे सॉरी, दिस इज बोल्ड, राइट?
या
This and this is strong. Both bold and strong will print the same thing. Okay, I'm using br tag to print it in the next line. Okay, this is bold text and I will use br. Okay, this is this is written using the b tag, and this is written using the strong tag. The main difference is nowadays in HTML5, whenever you use SEO, your page highlights more when you write this, when you use this strong, or for italic we use emphasize. So basically, if you guys, I don't know, in communication class, if I ever missed, there's a thing called emphasize text. So there's a text like, don't laugh, but the sentence is like, I didn't killed 100 people. If I say I didn't kill 100 people, I am actually targeting the word I. That means that I didn't kill 100 people, but there's someone who killed actually 100 people. So emphasis basically is like targeting the word. Both look same. Hello, I am from this line, and I use br again. Hello. See, this hello and this hello is basically printing the same thing, same stuff. 1 minute. Sorry. Yeah, where was I? BR. I always forget BR. Okay, see this. This I have written using the italic tag, and this is I have written using EM tag. So both are same thing. Both will print the same style. But when you are going for SEO, SEO will basically bring your page higher in the search result. Whenever you search your page in Google, so it depends on your SEO ranking. So we are not going into SEO. Just remember that instead of using B or I, you can use strong and emphasize
strong
tags.
and emphasis.
Yeah, because later on, whenever you would like to monetize your website or web page, you would require this strong and EM. Now, underline, what will I say? Hello. This will just print this text with underline. Now we have something called pre. Pre, I will write hello. I am from Kolkata. This will print like this. In HTML elements, you will find something like this. HTML elements are basically divided into two types. One is called block element and another is called line element. Now, which are block element? You have seen this pre. I've used pre. So before pre, I haven't used br tag, but it is printing in the next line. And if I write something here, sorry, if I write any random text, it will print in the next line. So see this, I have written this using pre tag. What pre tag is doing that it is taking the entire line. I haven't used br, but it is still printing in the next line. This is called block level elements. We have pre, we have div, and in inline element we have span. Let me use both div and span. Okay.
तो यहाँ पर भी एक क्वेश्चन है।
हाँ बोलो।
ये जो प्री हम लोग यूज करते हैं,
हाँ,
प्री बेसिकली यूज प्रोजेक्ट में कैसे होता है?
प्री एक्चुअल देखो, तुम्हें कुछ कोड लिखना है तो यहाँ पे तुम कोड टेक्स्ट यूज करोगे। और एक चीज वी स्टूडियो कोड में और एक चीज इजी है, लाइक तुम्हारा कर्सर जहाँ पे है ना उसी लाइन पे यूज होता है। लाइक इफ आई प्रेस सी माय लाइन इज हियर, instead of control C and control V, what I will do is I will take my cursor here, I will press alt and upper arrow, it will just take my line to upwards. Okay, whenever we use pre is basically to determine that, like see, in basic HTML what we do, we use paragraph tags. Paragraph tag will print some random thing.
lorem 45.
I'm printing lorem. Lorem text is basically like a dummy text. You need to write something, you don't have any idea what to write, you will press lorem and you will write something. Lorem 45 will print 45 words of lorem ipsum. So we are inside this thing, pre and code, right? In paragraph text I wrote this lorem thing and I am giving some space here. What HTML will do, it will ignore these white spaces. See, there's no white spaces here. When we are using pre, I'm removing this code, and if I write, see, here we have spaces. So what pre will do is it will write exactly what you have written. See, in paragraph tag we have given spaces. We have given spaces in pre tag as well. When we will open this in web browser, our paragraph tag will not have any spaces because our document will erase our blank spaces. But here we have written this sentence using pre. It will print as we have written inside the pre tag. Spaces. And now talking about links. Okay.
अगर पैराग्राफ में हम लोग को स्पेसेस देना चाहते हैं, so what can I do?
Okay, in paragraph if you want to use spaces, there's a special character in HTML. We'll write this NBSP, non-breaking space point. What I'm going to copy this and paste this many times, right? So what will print? Lorem ipsum up to this, then there will be white spaces, and then this thing. See, this space is because of the special character called NBSP. I'm not giving this semicolon because it will print it. What was I? Okay. Okay. I will this div and span, right? Div. This is div1. I will do this and see block level. Sorry, block element and line element. The difference. Span. This is span 1. Control CV. Okay, so what we will get is this is div1 will be printed in one line. This is div2 will be printed in one line, and this is span1 and span2 will be printed in a single line. It is because divs are called block elements and spans are called line element. See, this is div1, this is div2, this is span1, this is span2. Because divs are block elements, it will take the entire space. How to know which element is a block element and which is a line element? Okay, so when you will do CSS, you will basically have this called today sir has told we have inline style, right? I will do this border 1 pixel solid red. Okay. This style will basically show us the area of div. See, this div started from here and this div ends here. When I will use this same what I will say, the same property in span, it will just take the area of the text, the content inside. Okay, what is this? Okay, the content area. See, so in this way, you can actually use this thing inside any HTML element to find if this is a block space, block element or a line element. I will tell you some shortcuts when we will do CSS. For right now, I will just erase this. You guys understanding, right? If you have any problem, you can ask. Hello.
Yeah, understanding.
Okay.
No issues, Pratik.
Okay. Yeah. Another thing. Now we will do anchor. Anchor tag. There are two types of this links. One is internal link and is external link. I will do both of them right now. So as we have seen, serif equals this click here, and we have this. Okay, we have this, right? This is called external link. When I click it, this thing will open in a new tab. But what is internal link? Now we'll see about the internal link. But before that, we will write some dummy text. Lorem 45. I'm saying again, when you need dummy text, you will just write lorem and write any number. This will print 45 words of this lorem ipsum. So I will just do this, copy. I will just paste this many times. Okay, see, now we will do internal linking. I will do this a href equals, I will leave it blank, and suppose okay, for paragraph, you know indexing, right? When indexing will have something like a topic, and this will print a page number in book. And in web development, what we'll do is for paragraph 10, suppose I'm giving an internal link for paragraph 10. This is my paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is my paragraph number 10. How to do internal linking? In paragraph tag, we will use an attribute called ID. ID we will use para10. Okay. So here, whatever you write here, you just copy it and come here, press href, this symbol, hash symbol, and write the same ID. What it will do is, let me take this to the top first. We cut this, enter here. See, this is external linking and this is internal. So when I will click this, it will take me to the paragraph 10. I will know. Okay, for showing purpose, I'm using the style. Okay, border 1 pixel solid red. It will highlight my paragraph. So when I click on the internal link, it will take us to here, right? This will take us to the external website, and this, when I click, it will take us here. This is called internal linking. Now we have many paragraphs. I will write something for the last paragraph. I will give ID equals to last paragraph, last para. Same thing. I will copy this. Oh, sorry, copy this. I'm just doing this indexing here. So I will write a href equals this for last paragraph. What we will do this, what we will do here is hash and para 10, last para. Save it, and when I click this, it will take me to the last paragraph. See this paragraph. This is highlighted because I have used type. It will take you to the this. It will bring this paragraph to your screen. And again, this white space, whatever is visible, is called the viewport. Whenever you will do the CSS, I mean, tomorrow only sir will tell you guys that we have properties like pixels, then we have EM, we have REM, percentage. Sir will tell you this tomorrow. I am not going here right now. And for now, let's us
Pratik, say about the relative link. Relative link. Relative link.
Hold on. I have bad coughs.
Yeah, I have also.
I'm bleeding. Yeah. What are you asking?
Relative links.
Relative
एंकर
link.
टैग के अंदर भी टैग रहता है. एक एंकर टैग के अंदर भी एंकर टैग हम लोग यूज करते हैं ना, उसको ही तो रिलेटिव लिंक बोलते हैं ना.
You mean this branched anchor?
Like that, I think so.
You mean like this, right? Okay. Let me do this. Okay, I'm going with image, and then I will use that relative link. I have created assets, a folder here, right? Yeah. Somebody saying something?
No,
okay,
no,
fine.
my mom saying.
Okay. So I will now go for the image insertion. Images.google.com, and I will take an image. I will just download this image. htdocs. Asset. I have created a folder called assets in my project, and I will keep every images here. I will write hill. So you see in our work directory, we have now hill.jpg. I will import this image. For that, I will use image tag, image src. Okay, I will give the source path. Now you see we are working in index. So hill is inside another folder called assets. Whenever you will be working in some company, you won't be keeping all your images with your index file. You will be keeping it inside assets file, and inside assets you may have more number of folders. So for now I am using assets, and inside we have hill.jpg. What I will do is from here I will get inside the asset folder. For that I will write dot slash will take us to the root directory. I mean the directory where I have the index.html. Now I will go for assets. On writing this asset slash, I am entering inside the assets folder. Now we have hill.jpg. I will use this. See, this is tag, this is attribute, this is attribute value. Here I have the image. Now, if I want, I can use other attributes like width. I will give suppose 50 pixels. 50 pixels too small. 500 pixels. Okay, and height I will shrink it. Height equals 200 pixels. See, this is 500 pixels and this is 200 pixels. Tomorrow, Kartik sir may actually tell us about this pixel, EM, everything. For now, just remember that we can do this, or we can do using style tag. I mean style attribute. Okay. Now, if suppose I want the user to click on this image and it will take us to some other website, what I will do is I'm showing image, but for going from one page to another, we will use anchor tag. I will keep this image inside the anchor tag. So what it will happen is my whole image will be clickable now. See, my mouse pointer changed. Whenever I am going this, if I click this, nothing will happen. And if I give src, let me copy this. Now, whenever I click this image, I will go to Google. So this is a kind of branching actually. And like this, not this, after this. No, I have nothing more to tell about the image. If you guys have anything, you can say, else I will go to the this listing part.
Nothing, Pratik.
So this. Okay. Okay, I'm going to the listing part right now. I'm removing this. This is of no use. Listing. We have three types of listing. Ordered list, unordered list, sorry, and third is definition list, and I will be showing all of this. For ordered list, we will write this tag OL. Okay, ordered list. Okay, let me start. This li tag is the list item. Whatever you write, like item 1, I'm copying V. This 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So this is ordered list. It will have an order like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or A, B, C, D, or in Roman L. No, sorry, Roman numeric. Here, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I give type equals A, capital A, it will print A, B, C, D, E. Right? This is ordered because we can see the value here in left side. This is ordered list. Whenever we write unordered list, basically whenever you visit a website and you find a navigation bar, it is done using the unordered list mainly. Again, I will use list item, list item 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unordered list will have symbols instead of anything. Yeah, you can see this is by default disks. If I want a square or circle, see, this symbols changed. And before going into definition list, I would like to say this, that okay, you can have this branch list. Like first I am writing order list in inside I will write list item, right? So I will write fruits. Now I want to print fruits, like the actual fruits in unordered list. I will do unordered list, and inside this I will use li. So what is this doing is basically this is branching. Let me show you apple, and here I will write banana. See, I have in number one I have fruits, and inside fruits I have unordered list, this two fruits. Now I will stop using this. I will come outside this unordered list. Now I have vegetables, right? So I will use li. Why? Because you see my number one is fruits. Now I will write vegetables. So I have to print it outside ul. This is basically branching of listing vegetables. Now again I will use unordered list to represent my vegetables, right? Potato, cabbage. See? Oh, sorry, I did something wrong. Okay, I didn't use ul. This is called branching of list items. In fruit section, I have apple, banana, and number two, I have vegetables. I have this thing. So whenever you need to branch some like list item, first remember at first you will be using ol tag for ordered list, and then ul tag. You can do the vice versa also. Instead of using ol, you can use ul as well. Now definition list. In definition list, we have DL. Definition list, if you remember, I mean, if you have seen dictionaries, we have something, a word, and it describes something, right? We will use DT. This is called definition term. And under that, I will write DD. This is called definition description. Suppose I'm writing potato. I need to describe potato. I will write it inside definition description, DD. So I will write a vegetable that grows underground. This will print like this. So like dictionary, it will print the word and it will print the definition of it. Any question regarding list? Guys?
डीएल के
हाँ,
अंदर
प्रत्येक।
डीटी और डीडी ही यूज होता है ना, इसके
हाँ?
अलावा और कुछ नहीं होता
किस पे?
डेफिनेशन लिस्ट के अंदर?
हाँ, बस ये DL, DT, DD. हाँ, अगर बोला जाए कि इसको ब्रांचिंग करना है, you can use OL or UL tag. You can do everything. Now, I will move to the forms. I move to tables right now.
प्रतीक,
हाँ.
हेलो
बोलो.
प्रतीक,
वन मिनट आई। वो जो आपने वेब पेज में इमेज इंसर्ट की थी,
हाँ.
इन द सेम वे हम उसमें वीडियो या पीडीएफ फाइल वगैरह इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं वेब पेज में?
अब वीडियो इंक्लूड कर सकते हो, मैं दिखा देता हूँ.
अदर कोई फाइल टाइप अगर जैसे पीडीएफ उसमें स्क्रॉल हो जाए, अगर बहुत ज्यादा पेजेस की रहे, तो वो हम इंसर्ट कर सकते हैं?
हाँ, तुम सॉरी, आप इंसर्ट कर सकते हो. मैंने आज तक एक्चुअली पीडीएफ का भी इंसर्ट नहीं किया. मैंने इंसर्शन किस बेसिस पे किया है? फॉर्म पे लाइक
आपने इमेज जी
हाँ,
जी
बोलो.
आपने इमेज इंसर्ट की, तो मैं वही जानना चाह रहा था, और कोई फाइल टाइप अगर हम इंसर्ट करना चाहे तो?
फाइल देखो, मैंने अब तक कभी ऐसे इंसर्ट नहीं किया.
ओके 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 ओके
जो मैंने किया है
कोई इशू
फॉर्म.
नहीं। और एक चीज,
हाँ,
ओके, और एक चीज ये पूछना चाह रहा था, जो चीज हम ये विजुअल स्टूडियो कोड में कर रहे हैं,
हाँ,
अगर हम नोटपैड में सेम चीज टाइप करते हैं तो वो वर्क करेगा ना? कोई डिफरेंस तो नहीं है?
देखो नोटपैड और नोटपैड प्लस प्लस, सबलाइम टेक्स्ट सब में वर्क करेगा. लेकिन इसमें क्या होता है,
मतलब इसमें बस फंक्शनैलिटी थोड़ी ज्यादा
हाँ,
कोई भी
कंपनी पे जाओगे ना, कोई भी कंपनी पे
जी।
जाओगे, मेनली विजुअल स्टूडियो कोड यूज करता हूँ. उसमें दो चीज है. एक है विजुअल स्टूडियो जो बेसिकली C# पे यूज होता है, लाइक कुछ डेवलपमेंट, ग्राफिक्स डेवलपमेंट के लिए. और एक है विजुअल स्टूडियो
हाँ।
कोड, जिसपे हम लोग प्रोग्राम ये सब करते हैं। ठीक
ओके
है।
ओके, थैंक यू।
ओके, और कोई कुछ पूछ रहा था ना?
हाँ, ये आप हेडिंग को लेके 6 हेडिंग्स बता रहे थे ना,
हाँ कहाँ गई है? हाँ
तो मतलब जब HTML का प्रोजेक्ट अगर करेंगे तो फिर सिर्फ कंपलसरी है कि हम लोग को उसमें 6 हेडिंग ही मिलेगा,
हाँ,
मतलब 6 के अंदर ही।
HTML सिर्फ 6 तक ही प्रोवाइड करता है। उसके बाद जो भी आप लिखोगे, H100 भी लिख दो, वो नॉर्मल टेक्स्ट प्रिंट करेगा, जैसे स्पैन में रहता है, नॉर्मल टेक्स्ट प्रिंट होगा।
6 हेडिंग सफिशिएंट है
ओके।
मतलब?
हाँ,
कोई
6
भी
सफिशिएंट। अगर अगर लाइक ज्यादा साइज का चाहिए तो उस पर आप लोग स्टाइल यूज कर सकते हो, जैसे स्टाइल, क्या स्टाइल देके जब CSS सीखोगे ना, तो उसमें एक है फॉन्ट साइज। फॉन्ट साइज पे मैंने लिख दिया सपोज 80 पिक्सल्स। हाँ कहाँ गया बेटा उधर? ये देखो, H1 का हाइट साइज ऐसा नहीं रहता, लेकिन मैंने 80 पिक्सल दे दिया, इसलिए इतना साइज बड़ा हो गया उसका। और when you are developing, what you can do is you can basically take your cursor here, right click and go to inspect element. Here you can see heading 1, this is selected. If I double click here, sorry, triple click here, this will select 80. Now if I increase this, press enter, see size change. This won't affect it in our document file. This is only for testing purpose. You can test size, different size. Like suppose if I go here, I will press this icon and will select this thing. So my HTML will be selected. If I want to increase my width, what I will do is I will click here and I will just increase it. Now press enter. You can see the size increased. So if I am satisfied with this, if I'm not satisfied with this, what I will do is I'll just increase to 800 pixel. I'm sorry, 800 pixel. Now I'm satisfied with this. So what I will do is I will copy this, and when I refresh this, this is temporary, by the way. When I refresh this, it will come back to the normal position. I changed here and I copied my value. I will go here. Where is that image file? And instead of this, I will just paste it. Now when I refresh my website, this will come as stretched image, like 800 pixel. See, this thing changed. So whenever you do this right click and inspect, this is only for testing and temporary purpose. And I will tell about this at the last. Now let's go to the table.
Hello.
Yeah.
One more question. What is the use of HTML for us? I mean, what we do with
You're a
this
developer, right?
platform? Yes.
You are in developing, right? So whenever you will be going into, like, you are learning Java as a backend and you will be learning Angular as a front end. So nowadays what company does is they are looking for Angular or React. These are JavaScript frameworks which will help us in like it will short our code, so it will make our program easier. Instead you saw that, right? I have written the that paragraph tag for 10 times, and in Angular or React, like if I write this and write something, I have to print this 10 times in HTML. Now when you know HTML and when you go for Angular or React, so what you will do is you will basically write this for once only, and you can use JavaScript to print this 10 times. I am not going into JavaScript
Oh.
right now. Basically, see this. Few days ago, I built a website and I asked Sisu sir if I can share this. And that was mytut.rf.gt. I was actually working in this. So this is called Trianglify JS. And when I bring my mouse here over here, this will get a button, get inside. I'm still working on this, right? When I go HTML5, I have written this, I have given a nav, sorry, side nav. See, JavaScript will do the functionality. If I click here, this will be removed. I click here, this will come back. So that's how JavaScript will work. But you are learning HTML so that you can work with JavaScript frameworks. This is plain JavaScript, what I have done. But when, let me show you something. Wait. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I don't know if I have this right now. Okay, see, this is a web page I have developed using React, and see, I have written simple code for this one thing that will input, that will take my input. Let me write HTML5. I press enter this. So I'm creating just one box and it will collect everything. Now in React, I have the functionality to, if I click, it will delete it. I have written only one code to manage everything. I go here, I go to dark theme, it will change everything. So basically, without learning HTML, you can proceed to Angular or React. Mainly we are using React in market. Most probably people are looking for MERN stack, MERN, but we are learning Angular, it's okay. Okay, shall I proceed to
Yeah.
tables?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Table. For table, we have the table tag. Right? Inside table, we have rows and column. But first thing we will use table row. Okay, TR stands for table row. And the first thing I will be using headers. Instead of headers, I will use table header. And I will like write months. This is for header of one column. I will write what subject 1 and subject 2. Sorry. This table, sorry. See, I have months, subject 1, subject 2. Now, what I'll do, I will go inside this table opening tag and I will give an attribute with border equals 1. This will display a small border. Okay, I will just use BR to bring it upside. Yes, this doesn't work. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, you can see, right? Months, subject 1, subject 2. This is table header. Instead of using TH, I could have used TD. But the thing is, I want to show this as my headers of my table. So I'm not using any CSS to bold this. Instead of that, I am using table header, which is a plain HTML tag. So our first row is completed. I will go for next row. Next row, I will use now TD, because this is, I'm inputting the description or the data, table data for months. See, my first column is months. I will write Jan. My second column is subject 1. I will go like this. Okay. TD. I will write HTML5. And for the third, I will write CSS3. Now you will see that these tags are bold and this is normal because this is table data and this is table header. If I copy this table header and write it in next line, that row will also be in bold. Okay, now I will do this. Table border equals to 1. Okay. Now I will give width property. Width equals 50%. See, the size increased 50% of my this viewport. This white page, I'm saying this again, this is called the viewport. Whatever you are seeing, this is called viewport. I've given 50%, it will take the 50% of size. Okay, now there's one thing called call span and row span. See, Okay, let me tell you this paint. For the first time, I'm using paint here. Okay, imagine there is a pipe. Sorry, there are two pipes. Sorry, this is okay. Color. Imagine there are two pipes. In table, what we see is from up to down, we call it as column. From left to right, we call it as row. Fine. So imagine there are two pipes or two wires. What we do with wires is we apply a sellotape so that these two wires can stick together, right? So in table you see this is called column from up to down. If I want to bring this thing with this, I mean this wire, subject one, and with I want to merge it with subject two, what I will do is I'll use call span. Oh, sorry. See, subject one, I give call span plus 2. What it will do is it will take the space of two cells. This is called cell. This is a cell. This is a cell. See, subject one now takes the space of HTML5 and CSS. These are two columns. Now, if I apply this call span in CSS, what this will do is CSS will expand from this to this side. Save. See. Okay, sorry, I forgot something. Call span. I have to remove this, right? I have to remove this. I messed up. My bad, guys. I messed up. It can work, right? It's done. One. Husband 2 is coming here. Okay, I don't know what is happening here. The CSS should start from here only. My bad. Now I will show the row span. TR. We have some data. TD. I will write XYZ. It will come here. No calls. In subject. Okay. In Jan. In Jan, I am using row span equals 2. See, my row from I mean the cell of Jan, it was beside HTML5 and it was upper than XYZ. Now this Jan, this cell is taking the space of two rows like this. Suppose there are two wires and we just combine this wire. That's why this is taking two row space. We are using row span for this. This is taking space of two column. This is called call span. If you guys have any doubt, please ask.
Pratik,
Yeah.
can you make me a host? I will share my screen. I have one doubt for creating the table.
Okay, basically I'm using Zoom for first time. Let me see how to do it.
Okay.
In control participants. More. Host.
Yeah.
Okay.
From setting you can.
I made you host.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll log in from my mobile and
Okay.
one
Okay.
second.
Okay. My screen is visible or not right now?
Yeah,
Yes, visible.
Okay. I'm using Zoom for the first time like this. Meanwhile,
Please talk to.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
So meanwhile, what I'll do is I will remove this call span row span and it's not refreshing. Why? What happened? Okay. Meanwhile, what I will do is in table, I have this cell padding. Okay. So I was not listening today's class. Do you know padding and spacing?
No.
Okay, let me tell you guys first. Listen, I will explain this box method in short ways. Imagine this light blue space is yourself. Like this light blue space is you sitting in a room. This purple area, this black area is the room wall, the room you are sitting. These are the four walls. This is you, the light blue space, and this black thing is your wall. The space between you and the wall is called padding. You are the content here. The space between you and the four walls is called padding. The space between wall and the main boundary, like your building boundary or your house, the main boundary area outside is called the margin area. So padding, basically what padding does is it gives some spaces between the boundary and the content. See here, we have HTML5 written here. We have this much padding. I mean, in terms of padding, you can see that padding right is more and padding top, left, and bottom is 0. There is no space. If I give here cell padding, sorry, cell padding equals 1, no, I will give 10. See my this thing increased, a space here increased from upper, left, and right. This is padding. Like padding comes between the content and the boundary. Fine. Now, if I want to increase the spacing, what I will do is cell spacing. This basically we do this in CSS. See, I did the cell spacing. This is my content. This left and right thing is space. This is a cell boundary, and the space between the cell boundary and the original boundary, or the cell boundary with other cell boundary, is called the spacing, cell spacing. In CSS, we call it as margin. This is our HTML5. This is the space. This is the cell boundary, and this is the boundary. This is a space between other cells. Here, this. If I want to increase this, I want to test this right now. I will go here and select the table. Select my table. Now I will increase the cell spacing. I will do this to 30. See, the space increased. I want to change the border. I will set border to 10. See, now I have a table border. Basically, we don't do this right here. See, you can see this red color. It is because up to HTML4 or HTML3, we used to use this. Now we are using HTML5. So we will be designing all this in CSS. We will not be using cell spacing with anything. We'll do this when we will do the CSS part. So let's start with CSS properly, then we'll continue. So table part understood?
Yes, Pratik,
Yeah.
Yes.
can we hyperlink table contents?
Yeah. See, HTML can do anything, right? In this, in months, I will write. Sorry, AHR. Oh, sorry, HRTF equals this, and we close the tag. I will close this. See, my anchor tag is inside th, so it must be closed inside the th only. Here I will write http right. See, it is now a link. If I click this, it will bring me here. Same, you can do internal linking as well. You can give hash and the ID code. Okay, I forgot something. This is important. Okay, when we are using HTML, we are writing p, then this, and this is what paragraph. Fine. I told you guys that this is opening tag, this is closing tag, this is all called element, this is the content, and here we have attributes. But uh, remember, we are not only using HTML, we will be using CSS and JavaScript. And for that, we will be using external CSS. I will tell about this later or on some other day. For the time being, just remember, for CSS, we will be using class. And for JavaScript, we will be using ID. Why? Because one thing, that each element can have multiple classes, but each element will have one single ID. You are enrolled in your college. You are attending many subjects. Your registration ID is unique to yourself. Your registration ID won't be taken by any other student of the same institute. So if I write here like para 1, I can't use para 1 in other elements ID. But in class, if I use this class 1, I can use class 2. And when you are doing CSS, you will be targeting this P using class 1 or class 2 or whatever you write inside. And when you are doing JavaScript, you will be targeting element using ID. And when you will be doing backend, like suppose we are doing a Java backend, if you are going into a web developer profile, you will be learning PHP or Node or something. You will, when you will be doing the backend, you will be targeting element using ID only. ID or we have name. I will come to name. Okay, now I was going for form. I will comment this. Now
Pratik,
see, yeah.
yeah, shall I share
Yeah,
my
yeah,
screen?
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Do I need to do anything? Okay, I don't know if your screen is sharing or not.
Host disable participant screen sharing. Did you disable?
I don't know. I gave you the host thing. More, no, I have the pin option. I have nothing with this.
Is my screen is visible?
रूम
I
सेटिंग में जाओ
open-
जिसमें वो लिखा हुआ आता है ऊपर में देखो एक ग्रीन साइज का कुछ होगा हाँ वो वाला वहाँ
My
पर तो
screen is sharing. That's why. Or shall I stop share? Right? I'll stop share.
या
Okay.
एंड उनको
Now
होस्ट
I
करो
guess you can share.
She is a host only.
Yeah.
Now she can
Still-
share.
No, it's
उसको होस्ट
still
करो नहीं तो नहीं
disabled.
होगा
Okay, I don't know.
Okay.
जूम सेटिंग में जाके उसको को होस्ट करो पहले
Pratik?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that.
No, I have the option to reclaim host.
Okay. When I tap on the share screen, I got a pop-up window having ghost disable participant screen sharing. Okay, fine. I will send you a snap through WhatsApp
Okay,
and I will clear my doubt. That's okay.
So now my screen is visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'll be starting with forms. What we do basically is we write form and we will write label for f name. We do this and we do input type equals text, ID equals name, and we give placeholder equals enter your first name. See, here we are getting enter your first name. This is placeholder. Whatever you write here, this will be written as in grayscale. Whenever you click this, it will just go. Like whenever you write, this will go. But this is not the way you should be doing the form. For that, first write the field set, then write legend. What this will do is, like I will write form for summer registration. Form for summer registration. See, this created a box. Inside this box, I will be keeping my form. Now I can start my form tag. Sorry. Form. Okay. In form, I will write in form. We have something called action. We have sorry. Yeah, we have form called action. We have HTML. Whenever you will be doing backend, just remember action field. Okay, let me complete this first. Method equals get. Whenever you will be performing backend, this action field, whenever you will click on the submit button in the form, what it will do is this data will go into this page. Whatever you write, if I have something like subscribe.html, and if I write subscribe.html while I'm still inside index.html, if I submit the form, my data will be given to subscribe.html page. And this method get, hold on a sec. Yeah, method get. Okay, whenever we write something like Google, I write BJS hub. See, we are getting something in URL. We have question mark and we have some variables, we have arguments. This is because of the get. Whenever you, sorry, where it is? Whenever you give get method, it will transfer our data in URL. So whenever like you are doing something like registration form, let me show you guys one another thing which I am working. Localhost. Okay. Register.html. So it's not working. HTA. Detox. HTA we have. Sign up. See, I made this page. I was trying to do the Facebook thing. Whenever I pass something, if my form is get, like, oh, sorry. Whenever I pass some data, and if my form is get method, then it will pass everything. Like if see this, okay, I haven't written this right. I have label for equals f name. I will input type equals text equals f name. Placeholder enter your first name. So see this. Okay. Here I have F name, and I've given F name here also. Whenever I click this, like first name, result file. Okay, here. If I click here, okay, nothing is happening. Okay, thing is, this whatever I will write here, this will be stored in a variable called F name. I am using PHP in my project, and my form is in get method. What it will do is it will transfer like this, like it will write something F name question mark Pratik and L name question mark, and this will take the value from here. Now when you are doing the password thing in form, never use get method, instead use post method. This thing will also work the same as the get method, but the only difference is that the data it will pass in URL will be hidden. When we use get method, suppose in Java class, I don't know if you remember or not, we don't use HLL directly, high level language, because the hackers may hack our data because it is easier to read and write. So whenever you use get method in form, those data will be printed here, and if someone hacks your page in between, they can get your data. If you write password or your banking details, if you are writing your banking user ID and password, those things will be visible here. So instead of using get, start using post method, because this thing will also transfer your data to the server, but it won't show anything in the URL, because through URL we can do many things. And action, okay, action done, method done. Now you have seen genders. Level for genders. We'll type in array. Input type equals radio, and here I will write male. I will write female here. See, if I click here, both will be selected. So I will use another attribute called name equals gender, and name equal, give the same thing, give same thing. Now you see only one will be selected. Okay, so guys, all right, like shall we continue or shall we stop, because it's 1:17. Someone had the class at 2. Hello.
Yeah,
Drop कर
complete
देते हो.
this gender part, Pratik.
Okay. Shall we continue tomorrow?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we shall continue tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
that will
continue
be
tomorrow
great.
then. Okay. Thank you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
for
sure.
coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pratik, for your
Mention on.
contribution.
Okay. Bye bye.
Please share the recording also. Okay?
Yeah.
So that
Sure.
will
I
be.
will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.